What's up everybody? Welcome back to another one of my videos, and in this video we're going to learn how to gauge your fantasy basketball team now, 3 weeks into the season. We're going to find out how good your team really is. So first up, we're going to go over the full details on how to get to where you need to be. So on the ESPN website, that's what I use. You click on this standings tab, and under the season standings, you will see season stats, and that's going to be our focal point for this video. So you can click on each individual category link, and this will organize the order based on the team with the best in each particular category to last. And you can do this with each category. So if you, this is my example for my personal league. So usually when you go into this page, at the very far left, it would go, the RK stands for rankings, so it would go 1 to 10, and that's where it would stand. But I clicked on points because I know I'm the best at points. So I clicked on points, and it organizes based on the best team all the way down to the worst team. All right, so before I go on anymore, make sure you like this video if you feel like it's informative or helpful to you in any way, because I would like it to get out to more people so they can also learn how to rate their team currently in the season. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, as I'll be bringing more fantasy basketball content all season long. All right, so we're going to go another step further here. After you learn your team's rankings in each of the categories, we're going to learn how strong your team really is, as rankings, they can actually be deceiving, right? So I'm going to show you how they can be deceiving. But we're going to be ranking all your, well, for me personally, my entire league's category rankings. So I've done that already, and this is my entire league's, all my teams, or all the teams in my league, and all the stats. So if you look at Skylar's team, which is on the top, the very first team, the one all the way to the left. So we have his team, we have his record, and then we have each individual category. And at the end of each individual category, in parentheses, you'll see a number. And that number is this team's particular ranking for that category. So since this is my video, I'm going to go over my team. So my team is on the bottom, second one to the left. So I'm currently 13, 12, and 2. My field goal percentage is 4th overall. Free throw percentage is 4th overall. 3-pointers made, 3rd overall. 8th in rebounds, 5th in assists, 4th in steals, 8th in blocks, 10th in turnovers, and 1st in points. So right now I'm a pretty average team. I'm only good in, I would say, 2 categories, and I'm averaging in 4 categories, and I'm pretty bad in 3 categories. But I'm trying to change that. My guys are getting healthy. I have some people on my IR that's going to bring up my blocks in Jackson Jr. and Porzingis. So that's actually the first way that stats can be deceiving. You can be bad in a category right now, especially if you have some people on your IR. So that's something to consider when you look at your league. You need to know who's coming into your, well, who's on their each team's IR, because that's going to change stats once they get healthy. All right, so we're going to go over the rest of this video. We're going to go over why ranking your whole team, excuse me, your whole league is beneficial. So first up, we have his field goal percentage. So now, although Siever is ranked 8th in this category at 46, well, 46, I don't even know how to say that. 46.02% is what I would probably say. So 46.02% field goal percentage. The difference between his team, ranked 8th, and my team, which is ranked 4th, which I'm at 47.27%, is only 0.0125%. That's not very significant. At the end of the week, I would say that's probably a 5-shot differential at the very most. I would imagine. I should probably do some extra homework on that for just me personally. But and anyway, it's basically what I'm saying is it's just one 1% and a quarter. It's not a lot, and all it takes is a few extra shots missed by my team, just my team having a really poor shooting week, and Siever's team having a little bit of a better shooting week, and we could easily be ranked uh, where the other one is. So I could be ranked 8th, he could be ranked 4th. That's all it takes. So again, even though I'm ranked 4th, I'm not really stronger than, I'm just slightly stronger than 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now the rest of the teams are probably too far out of range, so they probably don't count too much. But I would say on any given week, any teams facing off between the 4 and 8th rankings are going to have a tough time against each other. It's going to be close. So next up we have is 3-pointers made. And in this category, the difference between the best 3-point made team, which is best with 245, and the 5th best, which is Rick at 223, that's only 22 3-pointers made. That's 7 3-pointers per week of a differential that can be picked up by signing free agent streamers. So if you are someone who likes to pick up off the waiver wire and use up all those claims throughout a week, which that's the smart thing to do, you can easily find 7 threes to pick up the difference throughout the week. So between 1st and 5th, even though best is ranked 1st and Rick is ranked 5th, he has a good shot to beat best by using the free agent pool wisely, by focusing his threes, by picking up threes, I should say. So also the difference between Mark's team, which is ranked 6th with 202, and Mike's team, which is ranked 9th at 181, is only 21. Again, this is basically a 7 3-pointers made per week margin that can be picked up by streaming free agents. So there, again, so the rank, it's hard for me to explain it any better than this. I hope this helps you guys realize that even though, for example, even though Mike is ranked 9th, and that's really bad because, you know, there's only 10 teams in our league, he could still win. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 10. He could still win 3-pointers 4 weeks out of the, like let's say usually we do 18 weeks, but this year 17. But let's just say it's an 18-week season, and you play everyone twice. That's what we typically do, but you know, shortened season and all, you can't do that. But let's just say that's how it goes. You will have, in an 18-week league, you will have 8 chances to win the 3-point category if you're Mike ranked 9th overall, because the difference is not that much. All you have to do is focus on free agent claims throughout that particular week. Next up we have is assist, and the difference between the 3rd ranked team, which is best at 483, and the 5th ranked team, which is mine at 470, is only 13. So I probably wouldn't even have to pick up anyone to fight for the category of assist. It's going to come down to the wire, as in after 3 weeks, that's only a 4 assist differential, and all I need is Trae Young to just go beast mode for a game, and instead of getting 10 assists, get 15 assists, and we're going to be like fighting for that. It's going to come down to the wire. Now, you know, maybe it would be wise on my part to go after some extra assists in the free agent pool, and I can very well do that to go get the win to make up for the margin as well. But basically, 13 is only 4 a week, and that means it could go either way. Now, the difference between the 6th ranked team, which is Rick at 442, and the 9th ranked team, which is Skylar at 418, is 24. So this is a little bit of a wider margin, but this can still be, it can still be won by Skylar, because 24 after 3 weeks, it's still only 8 assists. Now, it would be harder to acquire through free agent streamers, but maybe Skylar tries to make a trade for assist that could catapult him from 9th to 6th, and it wouldn't take much. Like, think of all the assist guys that you can pick up that aren't that much, that just aren't that much fantasy value, like that you could trade like mediocre players for. So like you could trade for Chris Paul, Ricky Rubio, Um, you probably even pick up Rajon Rondo off the waiver wire once he gets healthy. Maybe Halliburton. Maybe you take a chance on Cole Anthony. There are ways to boost your assist by getting rid of a player that maybe a streamer or doesn't, is streamer worthy or just free agent worthy in general, and try and pick up some extra assists that way. So no, Skylar actually traded away Lillard and Ja, so it's safe to assume that Skylar is now punting instead assist instead of improving them. So he was already ranked ninth anyway. So now he's probably going to the bottom of the barrel because he got rid of his two assist guys. While Rick, kind of like the example I just gave, Rick picked up these assists, so he's at 442. He's picking up once Ja gets healthy. He has Lillard, so let's just say that's 16 extra assists per each game they play. Like let's say they both average 8, which is very possible. Let's just say they can give him 16 extra assists. Well, 16 they both play at least 3 times a week. That's a significant amount of. Let's see, 30, 40, 50. I think that's 52 extra assists per week that Rick picked up, and all of a sudden he's going from 6 to probably, if he had those extra assists throughout all these weeks, I mean, I don't know where that would put him because what he traded away, he did trade away some assists now that I think about it. So maybe he probably picked up about 40 assists a week. So he's going to easily boost up close to best and probably pass him and be the third ranked team, giving him a huge, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm blanking right now. It's going to be beneficial for him to boost up is basically what I'm trying to say. All right, so moving on to steals. So the difference between third, which is Jose at 128, and ninth, Mark at 112, is only 16 steals. So between 3 weeks, that's 5 steals a week, and that, I mean, it can be picked up through the free agent pool, basically, and it doesn't even have to. It just all it takes is one good week from Mark's team, one bad week from Jose's team, and we could have a different. Mark can be third, and Jose can be ninth if he just had a few extra less steals. That's all it takes. Steals, and we knew this going in based on projections that steals was going to be the most competitive in our entire league. And here it shows, like only 16 steals. So it doesn't really matter where your ranked is between third and ninth because you're going to be able to compete in it every single week. So the ranking for steals doesn't truly matter unless you're playing the first or second team or possibly the worst team, which I believe is best. I don't remember who first and second are, but I don't think it matters because you're going to have 7 teams fighting for steals to win steals every single week. All right, next up we have is blocks, and the difference between first place, which is Rick at 104, and third, which is Mark at 95, is only 9. Now, that's only 3 blocks per week. Very, very small amount. And this is something I wanted to note. Rick traded away a good portion of his blocks and is unlikely to hold the top block spot for long as he got rid of Bam and Christian Wood. So I think that's like 3.3 blocks if you take their averages per game, which is a lot of blocks. So meanwhile, the difference between fourth ranked, which is Adam at 75, and ninth is Seeper with 63, which is only 12 block differential, which is the equivalent of 4 blocks per week. That can be made up in the free agent pool. 4 blocks can be made up by simply the free agent pool. And now that Rick traded away his blocks, and I don't know where Skylar is in blocks exactly, but Rick is going to be coming down to Adam's level now. Like, give it some time, give it some weeks, and Rick will come back down to earth with the rest of us. So basically, we are now looking at Mark's team so it's not Mark's team because he's third, but whoever the second team is, which let's just say it's about 100. You can take, well, yeah, that's still pretty high. So I would still say it's just whoever the second place team is, Mark, and depending on where Skylar is in our league, he may be up with the upper echelon now, and then Rick will come down to the rest of us in fighting for blocks every week. So basically, even still, like let's say that happens, so you're gonna have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All those teams, so that's 6 teams, are gonna be fighting for blocks every week, no matter what, unless you're playing 1, 2, or 10. All right, so moving on to turnovers, the difference between third, which is Adam at 241, and eighth, which is best at 264, is 23 turnovers. So that's approximately 8 turnovers a week. And I make a point of this because even though 8 turnovers are a lot, Best would be able to challenge Adam if he has, if he has 3 or 4 less players playing for Adam. Yeah, so I misinterpreted. So Best would be able to challenge Adam if the schedule has Adam playing 3 or 4 extra players in the week they face off against one another. And that's all it would take, because 8 turnovers, let's say you have 3 or 4 extra players, they all turn the ball over 2 to 3 times. Well, now it's going to be a battle. Now it's relatively even in the turnover ratio, turnover category. Now you shouldn't focus on turnovers like at all. The more, because from my experience, the more your team turns the ball over, the more your team has the ball in their hands, which can lead to more good things than bad, usually, unless it's Devin Booker, because he's been doing it way too much this year and he's not producing that well this year. Anyway, moving on to the last category, which is points. The difference between first, my team at 2,251, and third, which is Best team with 2,150, is 101 points. Now that seems like a lot, but that's only 33 points per week. Now 33 points per week does sound like a lot, but let's just say Jaylen Brown is out this week, right? And he is out this week, right? So I have him on my team. He's out this week, and Best is the third ranked team. Well, I guess who's playing Best this week? I'm playing Best this week. So let's say he's out. Jaylen Brown's averaging about 27 points per game, and he was supposed to play 4 times this week. That equates to 108 points that I could potentially be losing because he's not playing. So with that being said, now, even though my team was scoring a lot and it was good for me, I can easily lose this week because I'm missing one player that's day to day, and he's not even out. And even if he does go out, my IR is actually filled, so I can't do anything about it. So I'm actually, even though my team is the best team, I can still easily lose this matchup this week to the third best team. Anyway, the difference between the 4th best team, which is Mark at 2014, and the 7th best team, which is Rick at 1954, it's only 60 points. So 60 points, it's a lot of points, but all it takes is a few guys that miss a couple of games. Like maybe Mark has Westbrook, maybe Russell Westbrook has a back-to-back and sits out on a back-to-back. Well, right there, that's about 25 points. Rick doesn't have to do anything. He cut that deficit in half, and all it takes is one back-to-back game, or just Westbrook just sitting for whatever reason. So again, this whole video, this whole secondary point of this video is just to show you guys, even just looking at your rankings, it's not enough. You need to understand where everyone in your league is actually at in your league, so you know what you can challenge people in, how you can challenge them, and where the struggle is going to be. Like in steals and blocks in my league, all that is very close, and it's probably like that in most leagues. But again, rankings are very good if you manage it the right way, and the only way to do that is by doing it right, by looking at your entire league. All right, guys, that is all I have for you. I ran this a little bit longer than I would have liked, but hopefully this video helps you guys out, and hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button, and so subscribe to my channel, as I'm going to be bringing more fantasy basketball content all season long. All right, guys, that's all I have. Thank you for watching.